Assalamu alaikum. In the previous video, we have discussed about scalar quantity and vector quantity. When you look at the properties of these two quantities, we come to know that they have a common thing known as magnitude. In this video, we will learn what this magnitude represent. When we say magnitude, it actually represents the size of a physical quantity. The size of a physical quantity. Suppose I have a scalar quantity. For example, scalar quantity. I take a distance, which is nothing but a scalar quantity. Distance. Distance is measured in meter. The unit of distance is meter. Now suppose I have two distances, meter d1 and d2. Here I take a d1 to be equal to 10 meter and d2 to be equal to 20 meter. Now from the data it is clear that d2 is greater than d1. If it is so, the value of a d2 is more than that of a d1. This is what the data tell us. So in this example, the magnitude of a d2 is greater than that of a d1. Here 20 and 10, which represents the size of this particular physical quantity, is actually nothing but the magnitude of this scalar quantity. The similar way, when you talk about the vector quantity, I'll tell you about the magnitude of vector quantity. Magnitude of a vector quantity. Magnitude of a vector. We know vector quantity is one which has got both the magnitude and the direction. So, vector quantity possesses both the magnitude and the direction. Now, in certain cases, the magnitude of a vector is referred as norm of the vector. It is also referred as norm. We also call it as norm of vector. Remember this. Again, what does it represent? Here also, magnitude represents the size of a given vector quantity. Maybe I'll give an example. Here I take the example of weight. Weight is an example of vector quantity. I take two values of weight for our convenience. Here W1 is one weight. I take it as 10 Newton. Newton is the unit of weight. And another example I take, this is a W2 and its value is found to be equal to 20 Newton. Now if you compare these two values, you may find here W2 is greater than W1. So this clearly shows that the value that a W2 possesses have larger magnitude compared to that of a W1. So from this it is clear that magnitude of a physical quantity is nothing but its size. And graphically or geometrically we represent a vector using a line. How do we represent a vector geometrically? This is the geometrical representation of a vector. Now suppose this one is the name of this vector quantity is A vector. Then it has got a starting point, and this is the ending point of this vector. This starting point is called as head of the vector, and the ending point of the vector is referred as, here the starting point of a vector is actually referred as tail, and the ending point is referred as head of the vector. This manner. Now, suppose I have one more vector. So vector B, I draw it here. This vector B. I have represented this vector B using a line with the arrowhead. Okay, what is the difference between these two? Both of them have arrowhead which represents the direction of these vectors, and here if you compare their length, they are different in length. The length of B is greater than that of A. Okay, so this clearly shows that the magnitude of B is more than that of A. Here the length of this line which represents the size actually gives us their magnitude. Now how do we represent this magnitude in a symbol? How do we denote this? Let me tell you. Here there are two ways by which one can represent the magnitude of a given vector. One is, suppose I take this example of first vector, vector A. To represent the magnitude of this vector A, I can take it this way. Magnitude of vector A can be written as A, just A. If I mention it as A, it means magnitude of a vector A, or this can be represented as modulus of a vector. Here I have drawn two parallel lines. In between these two parallel lines, A vector has got sandwiched. This modulus of A vector. Here when we say modulus of A vector, means it represents the magnitude of a given vector quantity. This is how one can represent the magnitude of any given vector, which is otherwise known as norm of that vector quantity. I hope the video is useful. If you have any kind of doubt related to the topic, kindly put your questions in the comment section. Thanks for watching.